Hello, everybody, and welcome back to episode 4 of Cities Skylines. So, last episode we did unlock Busy Town, which gives us some bigger, robust, beefier services for our town, which is really great. So, let's go ahead and plop some of those in. We're going to start off with just kind of doing an overview of everything that we have. We don't have a child care center yet, so let's go ahead and pop one of those in. We do have that elder care center already, so that's going to help with any death wave. We did kind of stagger the amount of people like when they're moving in this neighborhood, but if we can stagger that even more, that would be great. Fire is pretty low, so let's just pop in another little fire department for this neighborhood. A fire station, the big one, let's go ahead and put that over by our industry because I think they are going to need it the most, just because they're more likely to catch on fire. And our landfill site just filled up. We don't have the incineration plant yet, so it looks like we are going to have to kind of use more of these landfills, but we'll put this over here where we don't mind if the area gets polluted and nasty right off of that main road, so that way hopefully all of the garbage trucks can just make a quick loop around our city. And we did fire already, let's do police department. Yeah, our police is fine. We could use a public library. We have a high school, we have elementary schools. We already have one public library, but, you know, it's not really educating our people that much. We do want to soon-ish move into offices just because they help with not requiring as many resources or goods. But we still also want lots of people to, like, do industry jobs, so that way we do produce our own goods as well. But we are also not doing so well on our public parks. So let's see if we can just squeeze this in down here where the area is a little bit more orange. And there's low property value because this is our old town area. You know, all the roads are made out of dirt over here. But it is still a waterfront property. So it'd be nice if we could get a little bit of a better garden. So we'll throw in a botanical garden that has like a huge radius, and it's gonna really like help out our towns. But we gotta find the perfect location. I just have some commercial along here, so we'll just pop that right there, and then we can always fill in more commercial other places. And yeah, that did a great job of really providing a lot of high land values, so that way our houses will go ahead and start increasing. We'll throw another one down on this end, just like a small little Zen garden. I think these are so cute, so pastel, adorable. And we'll throw another Zen garden up here maybe. I'm so indecisive, guys. Let's just do it there. It doesn't really matter that much. We are going to destroy a couple houses, but it should be fine. And then I think it's always nice to add like a couple parks to your industry area. That way when people are, you know, waiting for the bus or whatever, they can head on over to the park, play some basketball after work or on their lunch break or something like that. And then as for our giant, what are these, like monument kind of buildings, we have the Statue of Shopping, but that's pretty much all we've unlocked at this point. We do have the winter market as well, but you know, we're still kind of like creeping up on the money. We're making money, which is good, but we don't have a lot. So now on to the main event of this episode, which is starting a new neighborhood. So I think the grid pattern of Old Town is fine, but I do want to kind of start utilizing some of this land here at the very tip of our peninsula. I think it would be really cool to do like low-rise homes along the beachfront, and then like low-rise, low-density commercial kind of tucked in there, and then like a strip of high-density residential, and then a strip of like leisure, like super high-density commercial behind it. That way it's kind of like a staggered slope down to the beachfront and nobody's blocking each other's views. I think that'd be really nice. So let's go ahead and do some more organic kind of, you know, wiggly lines here. I I do not have any mods. This is the vanilla gameplay episode, this whole series. I am really tempted to purchase, what is it? To get the Traffic Manager President's Edition, and maybe like the Move It mod, but I think for this first, since this is the first playthrough on this channel for City Skylines, I think it's fun just to kind of like see how interesting and unique it can be just with the base game. So, since we have this down by the waterfront, let's go ahead and build our road that's going to loop back to our main roundabout area. Hopefully, especially as we get more high density stuff, you know, our traffic won't be too bad coming through this roundabout. There isn't really a way to set up your roundabouts correctly without those mods, but we might just like have a straight direct route from the highway and then do kind of like an overpass instead of having everybody go through this roundabout, and that might help us out in the future. So we have our two sides coming on and off here, and we'll just have them connect to this small road. We can always upgrade it later, but we'll just pop it right on there. Not very smooth roads, but what you gonna do, you know? Flip those around so that way they are actually going the right way. And then if you look at the arrows, they will have an option to turn around right outside that junction, but I'm hoping that they don't. Knowing this game, it's like two of those lanes are like a turn lane to the right back onto the roundabout, but we'll see what they end up doing. Just kind of want to make this road a little bit smoother as it approaches here. Sometimes it's hard to place the roads, know how many roads you need to delete in order for it to be smooth. But there we go. We got kind of like a winding, snaking road down here. When we were looking at our resources, it does say that we need some more industry over residential. I never hit empty that landfill, so yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Make sure those are... I mean, it still says that the garbage processing is great, but let's go ahead and empty our landfill so that way we can use that again, or hopefully reach incineration before that is completely empty, or after that, right around the same time that that's completely empty, so we can just delete that landfill completely. So for our industry area, we kind of just already used, we have some oil down there, but we've used the farming and the forestry. That's pretty much all we have on this map tile. So we'll definitely need to unlock more to do more industry. So let's just go ahead and make more, just plop a couple more zones of industry over here since they're already blocked out. You know, obviously make sure that we have the proper designation on those areas, but let's build we're building these out of another dirt road. There we go. Okay, straight road please. Thanks. Thanks. There we go. And we'll just almost connect it so that way, you know, kind of space out the traffic a little bit, and we'll just do a solid block of industry, bring down the borders of this district, and kind of clean it up over here probably. Not that it matters, but sometimes, you know, since we're here, we might as well clean up the edges a little bit. And it looks like we could probably throw another bit of industry in here. So the more we take care of the need for industry, the more demand for residential will come up, which is great, especially since we are going to be building that high-density residential area down there. We'll go ahead and delete these power lines for now because I want this to be filled completely up. And I'm pretty sure the power should be connected without these anyways. I think. Let's just double check. Yeah, once that fills in, it will just connect it to the other power grid, but let's just put that wire over there anyways. So while I was putting those in and adding the water pipes, we are low on water. I know that our budget is reduced a little bit for our water, but we just kind of need like more water stuff anyway, so we'll just buy those now since we have a little bit of money. And zooming in here, nobody, there's parking on the roundabout. Let's see. Is there a way for us to set up the roundabout? I don't think there is, but let's just double check with all these little icons. Is it traffic routes? No. Traffic? No. Well, I'll fiddle around with this and see if I can get this to maybe get set up. Let's turn off that overlay. And let's get to zoning this other area. Alright, so back down here, let's add some little offshoots. Our main demand right now is commercial, so we'll just start off with that just because we know that's going to build in pretty quickly. And then we do want residential along this waterfront. I think that would be gorgeous to own some houses over here. Before we get too carried away, let's go ahead and connect up the electricity and do our water pipes. So when you have little wiggly lines like this, it's kind of hard to follow the road guidelines when it comes to laying your water pipe, but we'll do our best just to make sure that, you know, all the area is covered and we don't have any little secret hidden spots where it's not. That should do fine because I do want to start building up the houses along the waterfront first. That way we can, you know, get those leveled up so that way they're like gorgeous luxury homes. And we'll just plop that all along here, and hopefully they do that thing where they don't try to build their house at the very end, so that way we have to build power lines. But those are coming in pretty nicely. Make sure that these get hooked up to electricity before they start complaining about it. There's one complaint. Is they gonna jump along? Let's just build this across really quick and we'll just delete it later that way. That way they don't complain, and then they're complaining about water, so let's bring that. Come on. Okay, well, you know, almost along the road. It's fine. I'm not upset. That is not perfectly in line with that straight road. Why would I be upset about that? Doesn't irritate me at all. Let's go ahead and plop in some more residential. So that little block of commercial that we put in seemed to take care of our demand for commercial pretty well, which is good. I do want those like giant commercial buildings further back from the actual Bay Area. I do definitely want to make sure we get the land value up pretty high over here. I know the water will do a lot of that, but if we have some nice like parks and everything, hopefully we can get those upgraded pretty quickly. We'll also throw in some good schooling over here, make sure that everybody has their education needs met. I feel like this would be a very posh part of town. Healthcare. We probably need a medical clinic down here, especially as things we get more people, so we'll throw one down here. We don't need a hospital down here. I don't really care about elder care or child care. We have that one building. Hopefully, I don't know what the area of effect is on that, but I don't think we'll have a lot of people dying over here, hopefully, for a little bit. Let's keep all the buildings off of the main road there, and then we'll just fill this in along here as well and make that look really nice, and pop in a couple more commercial buildings just because they want it. Let's do commercial right there, a little, maybe like a little corner shop. Maybe we can throw some commercial over here as well. Do like a little block here by the high school. especially because we took some out by putting in that botanical garden, and then we'll do some housing back here, or maybe not. Let's get those, there we go, unzoned behind that area. And let's build some more roads. So I'm thinking we definitely want some shooting off. We don't really want like a bunch of T-junctions or anything like that. That is not going to line up correctly. Let's do a little bit of a bendy road, maybe. There we go. And we'll throw in some more services on that, probably. Actually, you know, we did unlock all of these tree roads with our busy town achievement. So let's go ahead and make this, you know, really nice. We'll do some tree-lined roads. Make everybody happy. And just make this area look a little bit nicer. And let's see, what else do we want? We could probably use some more parks because we just have that one. Do we want to do a small park here? I mean, the carousel's kind of creepy. I'm not sure if that's exactly what we want. You know, it's like, I do love the Zen garden. I might just do, yeah, let's just do a Zen garden. But imagine that you're in this really nice area of town and then there's just a carousel by itself. There's no other amusement park, there's no other rides, you're not like with a traveling troupe, it's just a lone carousel by itself in the middle of nowhere, like terrifying. Let's look for these little kind of entries between these buildings where the zone naturally breaks off, and we'll just create some more pathways so that way it's a little bit easier to get around. Creating the pathways are kind of difficult. We can finally delete that power line. We just needed it there for a second. Because yeah, the more we can get people walking around this kind of neighborhood, the better. Maybe we could eventually throw like a tram line along that like waterfront road. I think that'd be really cute. Go ahead and plop our high school there across from the Zen garden, so that way all of their education needs are met. I love this little pier down here. Let's see if they need anything else. No, it looks like they're just slowly going to be increasing their land value. We have all of their needs met for right now. We could do a bus stop from here up to the industry and back. I know we did a bunch of buses and bus lines last episode, so I think that's something. So back over here, we're just waiting forever on these buildings to kind of pop up, but I think this would be really nice. I definitely want to make sure to keep that rock structure there. There's no need for it to be kind of grid and like super kind of densely packed. We could probably throw the stadium down here once everything's built up to the high residential. It's giving me pings like you need a fire station, a big one. Let's throw that. We could put that there and see how that makes everybody feel. That is clearing up a lot of our fire danger down at this end, so we could probably move this fire station that we just got over to the other end, and that'll give us pretty good coverage, I think. And that way all of this area is going to be pretty low fire risk. Yeah, now we're getting buildings upgrading. Great. That did eat up a big chunk of our money, but hopefully we just won't get that notification for a while. They don't have any power. Excuse me? Yeah, let's take a look at our budget. Yeah, we were not even at 100, so let's go ahead and pop that back up to 100. I think that's going to have all of our bases covered for this new area, and while we're at it, just so that way we don't have to think about it for a while, we can just put our water budget back up to 100%. We're going to have way too much water. Yeah, I really would like to kind of diversify our power before buying too many more. Probably next episode we're gonna have to invest in some more electricity, but we'll be fine now. So let's go ahead and fill in some more of this residential now that it's all filled in down there. And let's see. Probably another little commercial area right across there, like a nice little mom and pop restaurant, sure. And make sure that they have water. And yeah, let's fast forward through time a little bit, kind of get these built in and see where we're standing when it comes to this city. You know, we did take care of a lot of our need for industry. We're like 1,000 population away from our next milestone, which is awesome. So I definitely think us buffing up our low residential down there. Once we get the next milestone, we unlock all the high density stuff. So we'll definitely want to do that. I'm going to work out these bus lines, so be right. Alright, so these are the people already waiting at our bus stop right here in front of the hospital, or what is this, the high school? Yeah. So we definitely have a lot of people interested in this bus line, which is great. We love it when our public transportation is used. And grabbing our tree-lined roads again, let's go ahead and extend this up a little bit. Kind of have more of a wiggly, kind of loopy kind of area. Let's go ahead and loop this and connect this here. Maybe if my tools would... You know, I wish there was an easier way to toggle between different types of roads, or better yet, if the game just could read my mind. When are we going to get that developed? It's kind of a necessity in today's gaming world. Let's build a road down here just to kind of fill up that space as well, and then we'll plop some more houses, some more residential along this little cul-de-sac, subdivision, whatever you want to call it. This area is definitely giving me more of a suburb kind of vibes, where it's more spread out. The roads don't necessarily make sense. It's very easy to get lost and turned around. And let's see, we could just build a little path. I was thinking maybe we could connect a road, but let's just do a little path here, destroy some houses like we do. And right there, is that connected up? No, it's not connected up. Why? Alright, let's delete that. Let's do, starting from here and connect it. Turn off all of the road guidelines and snapping. So that way, hopefully, it doesn't get messed up. Space already occupied by what? Huh? That tree? Okay. Well, there we go. We'll just have it loop that way. That way it's easy for them to get from one side to kind of the more prominent shopping district. And the game, it really wants me to build a giant police headquarters. It keeps opening that up. Maybe with all the road guidelines turned off, we could build a little straight road through here. Let's give it a shot. Let's try it. That, I mean, that's pretty close. I think it hooks up to the park pathway right there. Can they use the park to pass through and like go to this walkway? I have no idea, but we'll just pretend that they can. Let's see, any other places we need walkways that's going to be a little bit more difficult to get to? Slap in some more residential while we're at it, just so that way our population will steadily be increasing. We're only like 600, 500 population away, so that is good. Let's see, down here, how do we want to build this out? Right now we just have this straight road. But we do kind of, let's keep building it along this kind of peninsula area. I don't have any of the DLCs that do, what is it? Natural disasters or whatever. So we don't have to worry about flooding as long as we don't mess with the water levels, which I'm not planning on. But let's go ahead and have this just be one giant wiggly, wormy kind of line through here. I don't know if we want to connect it to the main road. I don't think so, just because I don't want to add too many T-junctions too close to each other, or even four-way stops along that main road, especially because we're probably going to have to upgrade it at some point and make it a 4-lane road. Oh my goodness, all these garbage trucks just want to turn around. Let's go ahead and let's build some offshoots from here so they have more opportunities to turn around. Maybe one down here as well. Space already occupied. Well, okay, we'll just drag it down there. And yeah, let's build some paths then. Of course, we want a path right here so that way they can easily use that crosswalk down there and just get to their high school and their elementary school really quickly if they're on this end of town. Before we forget, of course, we gotta do them water lines. Make sure they can flush the toilet and drink water and all that good stuff. You know, basic human needs. And then let's start plopping in some more residential. We only need about 400 more, but we want all of this to be pretty, you know, residential heavy anyways. We'll also throw in some commercial for some good measure, since we don't have any on that end. And then before we get too carried away with putting in houses, let's go ahead and add some parks. I don't want those rocks to get deleted, so maybe we can squeeze another kind of like basketball court by the high school. That makes sense, right? Like, high schoolers play basketball, I'm pretty sure. Not me. I never played basketball in high school, but I'm pretty sure they had those classes. Maybe a tropical garden. It's a little bit smaller. Well, we'll definitely want one over here. I think those are also really pretty. And let's see, maybe, I mean, we have the room over here to do a giant park like this. So we might as well do it. Kind of pop it on the end over here. Be really interesting. You know, for how large that is, it doesn't have a super huge like radius of effect. So maybe I don't know. I see that and it like reminds me more of like an urban kind of like, you'd see that kind of park in the middle of like high rises all around it. Let's go ahead and do some park or some pathways through the center area. Kind of bend this around. Hopefully we don't take up too much of... Yeah, there we go. There's already not going to be any houses right there in that little square, so we can kind of loop it around. Perfect. Do we want this to cut through anywhere else? No. And of course we already have a fire over here. Oh, they do have fire coverage. That's good. Oh wait, no, that was police. Well, I mean, it still got put out anyways. Maybe we do need a giant fire station off the main road right here. That way it can kind of cover everything. Especially because we are going to be building this up. I think it will eventually need a fire station, so we might as well just put it in now. Everybody's covered by that one medical center, so then it's just death care that we have to worry about. People like living next to cemeteries, so if we can pop this in one of the neighborhoods, that would be great. Otherwise, I think this is just about where we're going to wrap it up for today. We are really close to getting the next achievement, the next milestone in this game. I just kind of want to make sure we have enough services over here to start off with. We already have people complaining about theft over in that corner, so let's plop one of those. The elementary school has pretty bad coverage, so let's just go ahead and add an elementary school on this little offshoot over here to kind of cover all the homes in this area. And then yeah, I really like this playthrough. You guys seem to be enjoying it pretty well as well. You guys seem to like it too. You know what I was saying. Anyways, let's pop in some more residential before we leave. But yeah, I really do enjoy making these little towns, these little villages. We do not have a town or a town name. Yeah, none of our districts have names. Our city doesn't have a name. So if you guys have any suggestions, of course, leave those down below in the comments. I'd love to hear them. Otherwise, I will see you guys next time. Have a beautiful, wonderful rest of your day. Bye bye.